So my name is Chris Peterson, and I'm an associate at Hord Coplan Macht, and I was the project architect on this DC bilingual project. For all projects, we are trying to find inspiration, and it usually comes from the school itself. And so this being a bilingual public charter school, there was a lot of different things that this school was doing that is above and beyond what a normal school does. The challenge was, how do we integrate these two cultures of being in DC and having a bilingual immersion experience? And so there were three core concepts that the design team landed on here, and it was rooted in the school. So the first was the campus, is what we were inspired by. The DC Bilingual has a really robust gardening and culinary program. The second was the life of the school itself. We were inspired by the people. We were trying to find a way for the building to have this exciting personality that really spoke to the different cultures that are here at DC Bilingual. And then the third aspect that we were inspired by was a little bit less tangible. It's more the spirit of the place. And so each of these three concepts were translated into earth, life, and light. And the materials we picked for the project and the way we used them were really tuned to these three concepts. And so earth, symbolized by that light-colored ground face block on the project that has a kind of limestone color to it. So that speaks to the history of DC. With the limestone materiality, but also the way that we designed the blocks itself is that they have this layered appearance. And so there is a concept of earth, and similar to rammed earth, that has layers. And then the life of the school was really highlighted by the use of the phenolic panels. And so we were looking for a material that was versatile, that had a lot of personality, that we could use it, design it in a bunch of different ways, turn it 90 degrees, and so really give a lot of liveliness to the building itself. And then the light idea came with the ways that we use these panels. Fundermax is great because we could, as I said, turn the panel 90 degrees. Any layout or orientation is feasible, and we looked at perforations in the panels to shade the windows, because the majority of the elevation faces east and west. So the panels allowed us to cut perforations, allow some light to filter through. Fundermax fit into this vision for the project because it was a lightweight panel that can read like a stretched fabric. In a way, it's thin, it's rigid even when it's perforated. And so that allowed us to use Fundermax in all these different ways. The double-sided nature of the panel let us reveal both sides of the panel in certain situations in this project. And so that really was a great benefit, as well as the different thicknesses that we were allowed to design with, which allowed the use of the vertical sunshades on the building. So they are cantilevered off the building, so they need to have certain more substantial rigidity to it to resist wind load and ice and things like that. And so that allowed us to use the same product in multiple different ways to achieve that. While Fundermax offers a bunch of a whole lot of colors and solid colors and wood grains, we were really inspired by just the vast amount of wood grains that Fundermax offers. And so we ordered sample after sample, trying to get it just right. And so thanks to our local reps who allowed us to really fine-tune the nature of the building, that got us to achieve exactly what we wanted to. The durability of these panels is really important. So this is an elementary school, right? And this is on a busy intersection in the city. So we need these panels to be durable, to be graffiti resistant, easy to clean off. Schools typically don't have the biggest maintenance budgets, so these panels needed to be virtually maintenance free. And so that was a great selling point that the school really appreciated and bought into. We ended up going with the exposed fastener installation on this project, and the fasteners for the color blends in pretty darn well with the panel itself. Discovering Fundermax allowed us to do and design in ways that we didn't think of before. And so moving forward in other projects, we're already considering, sun shading, vertical fins, different patterns and orientations of the product. We just keep being surprised by how many different ways you can use Fundermax. Our local reps were so responsive throughout the entire process from design. They were excited about the project and they talked about it with us, and we kept getting more excited the more they explained to us. And even through construction, some companies, their response time during construction is not as quick as during design, and for whatever reason, but Fundermax has been very responsive to all of our questions and throughout the construction process, and so that really was a standout for us. And it's these relationships that we make are what keep us coming back to the product more and more. Whatever design that's being conceived, Fundermax has the ability to make these visions come to life and then some. And so we keep discovering more things about it that we can use to our advantage. And so for someone who's just coming across Fundermax, I would say just dive right in, try it out, use the panels in different orientations, different cutouts, different shapes and patterns, and it can really do everything you want it to. Fundermax was able to satisfy a lot of environmental concerns that we had with the life cycle analysis that we ran. And so as far as sustainability concerns go, we didn't have any with Fundermax. I just remember this quote that Casey mentioned to me that he heard from Daniela, that she was saying, why didn't you tell me it was gonna look this good at the end? And so it was just, everyone's just over the moon with how this project turned out. I think from architect to owner to contractor, it really seemed like a fantastic process from start to finish.